first position we're going to go through is down on your knee. So we're going to stretch the left hip. The first important thing to do is get yourself in the correct starting position. That's up nice and tall, and we're trying to have a nice neutral spine here. We tend to like to be into this position, so get your back into a neutral spine by just slightly tucking your buns under, and keep that position throughout the entire exercise. So the first stretch here, the first position of the stretch is going to be a forward stretch. So again, be very careful not to just arch your back. You're not truly going to localize the psoas or get it into that quad area. You're going to just compress the facet joints of your lumbar spine. So get into a nice neutral position, lean forward until you feel a localized stretch here, and then go ahead and bring it a little bit further and back off slightly. Make the stretch a little more dynamic. Let yourself move during the stretch forward and backward. Once you have that good position in a neutral spine, you can gradually add arms up overhead to get even more of a nice anterior stretch through the chain there. Sometimes when people raise their arms over their head, you're going to tend to go into this position. So again, make sure you're nice and neutral, arms overhead, keep that neutral position as you're stretching forward, and go into that stretch for about 15 to 20 seconds. The second position is your same starting position, but now we're going to go into the frontal plane of movement where we start to go side to side. So you're still going to hold a stretch forward, nice neutral spine. You can go hands on your hips and go side to side, or you can bring them back up in the air and get a nice full body stretch through that lateral chain side to side. Again, about 15 to 20 seconds. And lastly, we also rotate over our hip, and we need to have good psoas mobility as we go into rotation, especially with golf. This one I like to grab a club or a stick. Go into that nice stretch position, neutral spine, and now rotate over top of that hip. So that's a three-dimensional way to stretch your psoas. We're going to go forward and backward. We take it side to side, and then we go into rotation. That's a tip for how to stretch your anterior hip in the correct way.